Shop here, and today we're going to be replacing one of my automated light switches. The original product I went with 5 years ago was GoSund. I purchased them from Amazon. I did most of the light switches in my home, but at that time I had to do kind of a hodgepodge between GoSund and a couple other brands to be able to get the selection of three-way, single pole, dimmers, whatever. Anyway, in my primary bedroom, the light switch, the dimmer that I purchased 5 years ago, has now crapped the bed. So oddly, I've had a couple over the years fail, but usually you can still manually turn them on. But for some reason, this one's not doing that. Even when I reset it, the breaker, give it a few seconds and turn it back on, basically a reboot, right? It'll start to work again, but then after another day or two, it stops. So I ordered another switch from Amazon, and we're going to replace that today, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So come out to the garage first, find the main breaker panel to the house, and I find the breaker that's labeled primary bedroom lights, and I turn it off. So that's where you start. So the tools you're going to need basically are a small flathead screwdriver to take the screws out of the cover plate, a flathead or a Phillips head to take the screws out of the actual switch so that you can remove it from the box. And the main tool you'll need, in my opinion, is a voltage meter. So you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Amazon. You can get a very inexpensive home use voltage meter, and you're going to use that to test and make sure the power is off before you touch any conductors. You do not want to get shocked or electrocuted. It's not good for your heart, it's not good for your body, and could be fatal. So anyway, the proper way to use a meter is turn it on to the AC voltage setting, verify it on a receptacle that you know is working, because you want to verify to a known source. That tells you for sure your meter is working. And then test to make sure that you have zero energy, no voltage on the wires that you're going to be touching. Okay, so I've got my meter set on voltage, and I'm going to test this from the two conductors. This is my hot leg coming in. I'm going to take that wire nut off. I'm going to move this up. Take that wire nut off. I'm going to test from hot to neutral. I have zero energy, 0 volts. So now I feel safe that I can touch that without getting shocked or electrocuted. Okay, so this is the new switch. Looks a little different. Look. Anyway, the conductors you on the back is black, which is your line voltage. So that's going to go to the conductor that's bringing the 110, 120 volts to the junction box. You got your load, which is your red wire. That's going to go to the conductor that goes to your light. You've got your neutral and your ground. Now, for these Wi-Fi switches to work and constantly maintain power, you have to have that neutral. A lot of older homes may not have a neutral in the box, which means you're not going to want to spend any money on these because it's just not going to work. But anyway, we've got what we need in this one, and I'm going to wire this up. Okay, before I stuffed all the conductors back in, because it's a pretty tight fit, and I don't really want to put it in and take it back out. I want to turn the breaker back on, then make sure the manual functionality is working. Okay, so now we've got our wires all tucked back in the box, our switches confirmed that they're working. Put them back in, power them back up at the breaker box, and use the GoSund app to connect them to the Wi-Fi. And because I already had them named previously from my last automation project, I didn't have to re-enable them in Alexa. They just automatically reconnected. So now I can say, Alexa, turn on the master bedroom lights. Alexa, Dim the master bedroom lights to 50%. Alexa, turn on the master bedroom fan. There you go.